I know people were explaining to me basically what was happening with Asmongold for the past couple of days with his comments regarding Palestine or whatnot. And I guess he has decided to step down from OTK and possibly from Starforge because of what happened, because of one sentence that he said. So we're gonna read this article and see what it says really quick. I was just curious about this. Hopefully Asmongold is doing all right. I do love Asmon, and I know he made a mistake, and he already apologized for it. So I want to read what this article says. Prominent Twitch streamer Asmongold has announced he's stepping away from his leadership positions at OTK and Starforge in an apology video following backlash around his comments on Palestine. Asmongold uploaded his 20-minute long apology video to YouTube on October 16th, which he decried his statements on the conflict in Palestine as horrible, disgusting, and mean-spirited. He went on to outline his future plans for content creation, say he'll start cutting down the hours he spends streaming to create more YouTube videos and try focusing things that are fun, trying to laugh more with people rather than at people. Yeah, this is something that I've been a little bit like, whoa, when I looked at Asmongold's YouTube the other day, and it was just like every single thumbnail was him kind of laughing at people. Whether it was like making fun of dumb people or fat people or whatever, like, or disgusting people. And it seems like he was really, I don't know, in a way punching down for views. And it seems like he's maybe trying to turn that around. And he's also turning around his health because he's had recently some things that were shocking with his health. And now he's cleaned up his house. I saw on his Twitter, guys, he recently posted this, the before and after of his sink. There's a spider, and he looks like he recently cleaned up his sink or his kitchen area, which he was living in a pretty bad situation, and he's had some health issues. And it seems like now that this comment that he said towards Palestine is really starting to turn his life in a better direction. And a lot of times in life, you can kind of have these moments where you realize that maybe you shouldn't be laughing at your current circumstance, or maybe you should try and turn your life around, and you look for a sign to kind of give you that boost that you need to kind of make a turn and change things around. So I think that this is a good step in the right direction for Asmon. He also recently talked that his OTK and Starforge jobs were a consistent, it was like a consistent workload. It was too much workload for him to balance, and it was causing him a lot of stress, which could have been leading to his health problems. So I'm not saying, I don't even know if per se that what he said caused him to take a step down, but it could have been the health issues that caused him to step down from his leadership roles at these companies. But either way, I think that this is a good step in the right direction for Asmon to be able to take care of his health, his stress, as well as turning his YouTube around towards hopefully a little bit more positive things. On top of that, Asmon hopes to start working on self-improvement. He says he's been devolving over the last 2 years into an asshole. Wow, it takes somebody who's very self-aware to admit that, and that's a great thing to be able to notice that and to be able to say that about yourself. Not many people are able to do that kind of thing. And so, yeah, super proud of Asmon for being able to say something like that. I need to get myself in check. I need to get my mind under control. I need to fix my effing life. It's insane. I think about it and it's just in shambles. Everything in my life is effed. Near the end of this video, Asmon revealed that he wants to step back from his leadership roles at streaming organization OTK, which he's co-founded, as well as Starforge, a PC company he also co-owns. I'm going to step away from these and everything. They're fine with that. They respect that. And I want to do this. I want to do this not only for them, but for myself, mainly so I can be a better version of myself for everyone. On top of this, Asmon says he wants to visit the Middle East at the end of 2025, saying he wants to go see it for himself. Okay, that's great. You know, he wants to go and visit the Middle East, and I guess that's something he's never done. So he wants to visit there and come up with his own conclusions. I've always read a lot of very bad things about Islam. I've made a lot of criticisms of it. I've talked to a lot of people about it. I've heard a lot about it. I've been watching a lot of things about it. I've been hearing people tell me this is the way it is, but I've never seen it. Asmon also claims that he wants to clean his infamously dirty house without the help of a cleaning company, saying he views it as a penance for his wrongdoings. for his wrongdoings. I want to do it for myself, he said. I want to take accountability for the bad things I've done and for letting my life get this out of control. Starforge responds to Asmon's Gold's choice to part ways with his company. A few hours later, Starforge Systems published a statement on Twitter where they explained their decision to part ways with Asmongold. We have spoken to Asmongold and I've mutually agreed to part ways. The statement reads, Starforge unequivocally rejects all forms of discrimination, hatred, and violence. We stand and align ourselves with those around the world seeking to foster acceptance, unity, and dignity. OTK responds after Asmongold steps back from leadership. Later that day, OTK also published a statement on the matter, confirming that Asmon has stepped away from leadership at OTK and Starforge, as well as other affiliated companies, Mad Mushroom and Mythic. Wow. He literally stepped down from everything. Is he not associated with them or just stepping down from leadership? What does that actually mean? Is he like no longer in OTK, or is he just not a leader or owner of OTK anymore? They also explained that they had a conversation with Asmon in which he vehemently expressed his desire to change his life and broaden his perspective, saying that they as a company denounce all forms of discrimination and violence. We hope Zach remains committed to the promises he has made to us, the community, and to himself, they wrote. In the meantime, OTK will continue fostering an open and inclusive work environment dedicated to producing the best live stream content possible for our community and partners. Asmon explains why he apologized. Asmongold expounded further upon his apology video in a post in his subreddit in response to his fans asking why he felt the need to apologize, saying it wasn't correct to use Palestinians interchangeably with religious fanatics and terrorisms. Yes, that is true. You never want to associate an entire race with being terrorists when there's a few terrorists within the race. He went on to explain that sponsors had nothing to do with it, his apology, nor his decision to take a step back from OTK and Starforge. He's saying he wants to take a break. I really think that Asmongold was stepping down because of his health, you guys. I think that he came out with that video saying his health has taken a toll from the stress. And I don't think that he's like in a position health-wise to like really push himself by running all these companies and by streaming and by making all these YouTube videos all the time. So it's probably for his health. And it just happens to be that the Palestine thing comment that he made happened around the same time of it. The amount of commitments compounded on top of maintaining my stream schedule was unironically ruining my life, he wrote. Also, if I'm not involved with them, why would it matter what I say? Ultimately, the streamer said he isn't changing anything other than trying to be more positive and less mean-spirited, and encouraged his fans to send their feedback or questions to him. Okay, this is cool. Yeah, this is definitely just a self-improvement kind of thing. He even revealed that fellow streamer OTK Asmon asked him to move in with him, something Asmon said he might consider in the future after fixing up his current living situation. That's big. Asmongold's latest video follows inflammatory remarks he made on October 14th live stream about ongoing conflict in Palestine, where he claimed he wouldn't cry a river for people killed in Palestine because they come from an inferior culture that is directly antithetical, I don't know what that word means, I'm sorry, to everything Western values stand for. He published a statement apologizing for his remarks to Twitter later that day and was banned from Twitch on October 15th for a temporary period. When he returns to streaming, Asmon ultimately hopes to create a more positive and fun environment for his viewers while also working toward improving his personal life. I hope that now, after you've heard what I have to say, that a lot of you can see why I'm kind of saying that I appreciate this and I really think that it's something that's needed. And I hope that this is the next part of the rest of my life. I want you guys to hold me accountable for that. Yo, seriously, Asmon, you said something bad. You did a great job coming back from it. And W response. I'm ultimately excited to see where this new chapter in Asmongold's journey goes. So huge W to Asmongold.